So it's been a long time coming, but today I'm going to be doing a fragrance buying guide on Nautica, Voyage, and all of their in-production flankers. So it's worth noting that they do have a few discontinued ones. Actually, the ones that are discontinued seem to look really interesting. I like the names behind them. I like the note breakdown for them. I believe there's like a Nautica Sunset Voyage, and there's a few other ones that you just can't grab anymore unless you want to pay like $100 on eBay, which, you know, is a little steep for me for Nautica Voyage. Normally, I will try to pick up the discontinued ones when I'm putting these videos together when I can, but let's be real, I'm not paying $100 for Nautica Voyage. I just can't make myself do it, so I hope you forgive me. Just going to be going over the in-production current Nautica Voyage flankers that you can grab on discounters for less than $20. These are very cheap fragrances, but they also are very good. I'm going to go through each of them. I'm going to give you the note breakdown, performance, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tell you which ones are my favorites and which ones I think are worth picking up. And like I mentioned, you can get all of these on discounters. I will link them all down below to Fragrance Net. It's usually going to be your best bet for pricing. Under $20 for 100 ml. These are really affordable. A lot of people will tell you that you can go hunting for these at TJ Maxx and Ross and Marshalls and so on, and you can probably find these in store, but a lot of times they'll be sometimes $20 for 50 ml bottles and smaller size bottles. Not always, and it could be different with Nautica fragrances, but TJ Maxx, Ross isn't always the cheapest route. Those websites are usually going to have these brick and mortar kind of discount stores beat most of the time, so don't really waste your time with it unless you want to go hunting for them and have fun with it. You can just grab these on discounters online, shipped straight to your door, less than 20 bucks. So let's go ahead and run through this one, starting off with where it all started, the OG Nautica Voyage. Now, this fragrance is well renowned, and that's because it's very affordable. I said under $20, but realistically this one goes for usually, I don't know, $14, $15 for 100 ml. You can get testers of these and save even more money, but still, these are so affordable, and the original Voyage is really what just got a ton of hype. Everyone knows it, everyone has talked about it, and really I would say 99% of you guys own Voyage in your collection. You know, it's just hard not to. It's so affordable. This one has apple, green leaves, musk, and cedar as some of the main notes. So really for me, it's all about the apple, it's all about the green notes, and a bit of an aquatic touch in here, nice musky touch as well. Now, one thing that I noticed about this one, and you'll hear other people say as well, is that it gives off a bit of a cucumber smell. And there's not cucumber listed as a note, but it's like a cooling, green, refreshing, watery cucumber type of smell, which is weird, and that may sound kind of gross, but it works really well. There's no denying that this is just a good smelling fragrance. You know, I have a lot of other fragrances which are more expensive than this one, so I'm not going to go full niche snob here. It's not how I go about doing this. You know, I'll always be straightforward and honest about if a fragrance is good or bad, despite if it's $10 or, you know, several hundreds of dollars. And this one here is really good stuff. There's been talk about reformulation, metal cap versus plastic cap. I do actually have a metal cap bottle. I picked it up solely to do a video on. So if you want to see a video of me comparing metal cap and plastic cap, let me know down below by leaving a like on the video, leaving a comment telling me you want to see that, and I will get that video done. I've had that metal cap bottle probably since last summer, and I just haven't gotten around to doing the video yet, but I will do that soon. Probably try to get it out in time for this summer. Not that it really matters, you can't really get the metal cap without going on eBay and spending a bit more money, but you know, a lot of people still like to see that. But I digress. Performance on this one is still good. Even with this plastic cap version, I still do get a good 7 hours longevity out of it, and solid projection as well, especially in the high summer heat. This one will really start to pop off the skin and develop and smell really nice. Second up, we have Voyage Heritage. This one has mint, lavender, and rosemary. So I'm not putting these in any order, just kind of going through them, how I grabbed them off the shelf. Heritage is nice. You get that nice green mint, so it's still going down a green path like the original. However, this one's a bit more aromatic. That lavender's prominent, the rosemary is prominent, giving a little bit of an herbal touch. I really like this flanker. I think it's really well done, and it does set itself apart from the original Voyage. It's not repetitive. It's not really necessarily boring. While I will tell you straight up, it's, you know, not as good as the original, it's still one of my other favorite flankers. I think this one's nice. It's refreshing, it's vibrant, it's very wearable, very versatile. Another one that's very affordable and is great for the warm weather. Performance on this one I find to be a little bit lower, usually around that 6-hour mark in terms of longevity, and a bit of a softer projector compared to the original. So not a mind blower here in terms of performance, but again, for the price, I can't really knock it for that. It'll get you through the day. It's cheap enough that you can go heavy on the sprays, throw the bottle in your gym bag, throw it in your car when you go on your lunch break to refresh, hit yourself with a few more sprays, and you'll be good to go for the rest of the day. Let's go ahead and talk about Voyage N83 next. So this one has spicy mint, sea notes, and musk as a few of the main notes. So it's not mint, it's spicy mint, which I kind of thought was funny, but it's mint, right? Going down that green path as well, kind of a trend here with this one. However, this one you do get a bit more of an aquatic touch than Heritage, and you get that nice musk in here, which carries throughout the entire line, right? These are all using musk, using aroma chemicals just to give it a base, right? It's a cheap chemical to use, and it really works to give these a bit more depth and a bit more punch across the board. And so you do pick up on that. Nice and vibrant and tart in the opening. You do get that aquatic note. It's a little bit salty. That mint does come through just to give it a bit of a kind of a springtime, summertime fresh pop. It does smell nice and pleasant when it opens up. This one is not quite as aromatic as Heritage. It just goes a bit more in the ultra fresh, citrusy, musky, aquatic direction. And it's also not quite as green as the original Voyage. You know, it's got that mint, but still goes more aquatic than anything else. Really, on my skin, performance is going to be about on par with Heritage, about 6 hours longevity. And this can vary person to person. This can vary depending on the weather, all sorts of things. But on my skin, usually about 6 hours. Granted, at that point, it is sitting pretty close to the skin. You're going to get your best projection out of this one when you first apply it. And, you know, for about an hour after, it'll really be kind of pushing good. After that, it does start to fall relatively close to the skin. Again, carry it with you, take it in your gym bag, take it in your backpack, take it in your car, refresh yourself if you really like the scent and want to do that. It's just one of those things that you have to live with fragrances in this price point. That's just how it goes. But really, for my personal skin, 6 hours, I can't complain. Second to last Voyage fragrance we're going to be talking about is Sport. This one has citruses, sea notes, apple, and musk. So this one is in that bright direction, introduces a citrus punch, whereas the original Voyage and also Voyage N83 and Heritage don't add much citrus. They add a little bit of a fruitiness from the apple, which gives it a touch of a sweetness. And of course they have the green aspects. This one doesn't really have much of a green touch to it. It's got like a bergamot, tart, grapefruit citrus opening, a little bit of apple in here, but not very much. You know, it is listed as a note, and it is kind of listed as a main note, but this one focuses more on citrus, whereas the others focus more on fruits. So this one's going to be probably the brightest one right off the rip, even though the others still are bright and fresh. The citruses in here really pop and shine through. You get that musk, you get the sea notes, although I don't find it to be quite as aquatic as N83. Really, for me, it's all about the citruses and the musk in Sport. And that really makes sense that it is citrus heavy because it is a Sport flanker. It's kind of like they're taking the original Voyage, throwing on more citrus, stripping back some of the green notes, stripping back some of the woods, and just making it very bright and very fresh. Again, out of all of them, this is going to be the ultra bright, ultra citrusy, and ultra fresh one. If you want something with a bit more depth and complexity, this is not going to be it. Go for Heritage and N83. Go for Heritage and N83, even the original Voyage. This one, very bright and very light. Because of the way this one is compounded with all of the citruses and fresh notes, they all do evaporate very quickly. I get usually around 5 hours longevity, and again, pretty weak projection on this one, so probably the worst performing one in the line. Last up, we have Midnight Voyage, the newest flanker. This one has mint, pink pepper, and amber. So that you can see the trend. They do use mint a lot here in this line, or at least in 3 of them, 3 out of 5 that I'm talking about today. You do get that mint up top, nice fresh green. You get the amber, which gives it obviously this ambroxan, amber wood type of feel, a bit of a marine touch. And then the pink pepper just gives a little bit of a spicy kick in the opening. This one gets compared a lot to Sauvage and Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, those types of blue fragrances, and that's also evident from the bottle itself. I mean, you can see there dark blue pigmentation on the cap and the fragrance color itself. And of course, the note breakdown heavy on the amber, ambroxan, whatever. Yeah, this one smells like that. You get the pink pepper, kind of alluding to the spiciness up top that you get from the pepper and Sauvage and Carbon, just that spiciness with that warm, smooth ambroxan blue fragrance type of vibe. That's what this one's all about. Performance is good on my skin, 7-8 hours longevity, pretty solid projection. Within the first hour or so, it does push out. Afterwards, it will start to settle down. Midnight Voyage is ultra versatile, and it's one that you can wear really any time of the year, whereas most of the other ones do lean more spring and summer because they are fresher. Midnight Voyage, being that it does go in that blue direction, it does have a bit more depth to it to where you could wear it in fall and winter if you wanted to. So now we're to the end of the video, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you my favorites and which ones I think are worth picking up. I'll tell you my favorite one, singular, my favorite one from the line is the original Voyage. I think they've really tried to swing the bat and create another one that would trend and get really popular and go viral like the original did, but they missed the mark on all of them, really. I mean, they have some good flankers in here. Quite a few of these I did speak highly of, but I just don't think that they quite reached how good the original Voyage is. They tried to go viral again. They tried to make another hit, and unfortunately, they just couldn't do it. Even when they tried copying the blue fragrance category, going after Sauvage Carbon, it still kind of flopped because we have enough of those fragrances. So really, I would say it's time to put the Nautica Voyage line to rest in terms of creating new ones and just let the original Voyage still live on, because even to this day, even though it's not hyped like crazy anymore, it's still a bestseller. It's still one that people are picking up on a daily basis. People still rave about it. It is what it is. Let that one do its thing. Give it a break with all the new flankers. I can basically say for certainty they're not going to create another Voyage that's going to be as successful as the original. With that being said, if I had to choose a flanker that I liked second best, that would be Heritage. I like the aromatic and herbal direction that one goes. Again, it's not overly exciting, but by far it is the most unique out of all of the other flankers. You get that lavender, you get that rosemary, nice herbal touch. It smells very nice, and just the others go more citrusy, more aquatic, more fresh. Those get a bit more on the boring side. So in conclusion, the two that I would pick up from the line is the original Voyage first and foremost. If you were to grab one, get the original. And if you do want to throw a flanker in, Heritage is a really good one. Most of the other ones I can kind of live without, and my least favorite would probably be Sport. It's just so bright and so light. I have many other fragrances that are in that same category that just do it way better. Remember guys, if you want to grab any of these for yourself, they will be linked down below to FragranceNet, so you can grab these at a nice discount. And let me know your favorite Nautica Voyage flankers down below as well. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.